In what meteorologists are calling a once-in-a-decade weather event, a massive polar vortex has descended upon Ontario, burying the province under record-breaking snowfall and plunging temperatures to dangerous lows. As of Wednesday evening, January 21st, 2026, much of southern and eastern Ontario remains under a provincial state of emergency as authorities struggle to clear roads and restore power to hundreds of thousands of residents. The system began as a low-pressure cell moving from the American Midwest, gaining intensity as it crossed the relatively warm waters of the Great Lakes. The resulting lake effect enhancement turned a standard winter storm into a relentless blizzard. In the Greater Toronto Area, GTA, official weather stations at Pearson International Airport recorded 45 centimeters of snow within a 12-hour window, surpassing the previous daily record set in the 1990s. Cities further north and east, including Ottawa and Kingston, have reported staggering accumulations of up to 75 centimeters, with snowdrifts reaching 2 meters high due to sustained winds of 70 kilometers per hour. Pearson International and Ottawa Macdonald-Cartier airports have grounded all flights, affecting over 1,500 scheduled departures. Travelers are urged to check the Greater Toronto Airports Authority website for real-time updates. The Ontario Provincial Police, OPP, have closed significant portions of Highway 401, 400, and 407. Hundreds of motorists were stranded overnight, prompting a massive rescue operation by the Canadian Red Cross and local emergency services. In Toronto, the TTC has suspended all bus and streetcar services, while GO Transit trains are operating on a severely limited, emergency-only schedule. The weight of the heavy wet snow combined with high winds has caused widespread infrastructure failure. Hydro One and Toronto Hydro report that over 350,000 customers are currently without power. Repair crews are working around the clock, but deep snow is preventing utility trucks from reaching downed lines in rural areas. Premier Doug Ford issued a statement from the Provincial Emergency Operations Centre. Our primary focus is the safety of every Ontarian. We are deploying all available resources, including the Canadian Armed Forces in the hardest-hit eastern regions, to assist with snow removal and wellness checks. Residents are encouraged to stay indoors and keep an emergency kit ready. For those without heat, municipalities have opened warming centers. You can find the nearest location via the official Ontario Government emergency page. For the first time in several years, every major school board in the province, including the TDSB and OCDSB, has implemented a full system closure. Universities, including the University of Toronto and Queen's, have shifted to remote operations. Canada Post has also issued a red delivery service alert for Ontario, meaning all mail delivery is suspended until conditions improve. Environment Canada warns that while the heaviest snowfall has passed the GTA, the snow squall warnings remain in effect for the Bruce Peninsula and Niagara region. Furthermore, a flash freeze is expected tonight as temperatures are forecasted to drop to minus 28 degrees Celsius, minus 40 degrees Celsius with the wind chill. Officials warn that the cleanup will take days, if not weeks. Residents are reminded to clear snow away from furnace vents to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning and to check on elderly neighbors. Meanwhile, a catastrophic combination of lake-effect snow and a polar vortex has turned Highway 11, one of Canada's most vital transportation arteries, into a frozen graveyard of abandoned vehicles and stranded motorists. As of Wednesday evening, a 250-kilometer stretch of the highway, extending from Barrie through Muskoka and up to North Bay, remains officially closed in both directions, with emergency crews describing the scene as unprecedented. The crisis began early Tuesday morning when a cold front moving across the relatively open waters of Georgian Bay triggered intense snow squalls. Unlike a standard blizzard, these squalls created whiteout conditions so severe that visibility was reduced to near zero in seconds. In the region around Huntsville and Bracebridge, snowfall rates were recorded at a staggering 10 to 15 centimeters per hour. By Wednesday afternoon, total accumulation on the Highway 11 corridor had surpassed 90 centimeters, with wind-driven drifts reaching the height of semi-truck cabs. The Ontario Provincial Police Northeast Region reported dozens of collisions involving commercial transport trucks and passenger vehicles. Between Gravenhurst and Powassan, the highway became impassable after several jackknifed tractor trailers blocked all lanes, preventing snowplows from clearing the route. "We have people who have been in their cars for over 14 hours, said Sergeant Marcus Vance of the OPP. "Our primary mission right now is life safety. We are using snowmobiles and tracked all-terrain vehicles, ATVs, to reach those who are running out of fuel and heat." The Canadian Red Cross has established emergency shelters in community centers in Huntsville and Berks Falls. Motorists who are still stuck are urged to stay with their vehicles, keep their exhaust pipes clear of snow to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning, and use the OPP Twitter/X feed for emergency updates. Highway 11 serves as a critical link for goods moving between southern Ontario and western Canada. The closure has caused a massive bottleneck in the national supply chain. Over 2,000 transport trucks are currently parked in temporary staging areas in Barrie and North Bay, waiting for the all-clear. The Ontario Ministry of Transportation, MTO, has issued a red alert, advising that no attempts should be made to use side roads or concession roads as alternatives, as these are unplowed and even more dangerous than the main highway. The storm has not only affected the roads, but also the power grid. Heavy, ice-laden snow has snapped power lines across the Almaguin Highlands. Hydro One reports that more than 45,000 residents along the Highway 11 corridor are without power. With temperatures forecasted to plummet to minus 32 degrees Celsius tonight, local mayors have declared a formal state of emergency to unlock provincial funding and military assistance. The Canadian Armed Forces, CAF, have been put on standby to assist the OPP and local search and rescue, SAR teams. Military-grade LAV vehicles may be deployed tomorrow morning to assist in towing heavy wreckage that standard tow trucks cannot move due to the snow depth. Meanwhile, the town of Bracebridge has been transformed into a frozen landscape of white after a relentless 36-hour barrage of lake-effect snow squalls. As of 10 p.m. tonight, Mayor Rick Maloney has officially declared a state of local emergency, as municipal resources have been stretched beyond their breaking point, and the town's infrastructure sits paralyzed under nearly a meter of snow. The catastrophe began late Monday night, when a specialized weather phenomenon known as a singular snow band locked over the Muskoka River watershed. Fed by the moisture of a still unfrozen Georgian Bay and pushed by a frigid Arctic vortex, the band remained stationary directly over Bracebridge for over 15 hours. Environment Canada confirmed that Bracebridge received a staggering 95 centimeters of snow in less than 2 days. This surpasses the town's previous 24-hour snowfall records and has created a whiteout environment where the sky and the ground are indistinguishable. Many residents in the outlying areas of the town are literally trapped in their homes. Snowdrifts, some reaching heights of 3 meters, have blocked front doors and garage exits. Manitoba Street, the town's main commercial artery, is currently inaccessible to regular vehicles. Abandoned cars litter the intersections, making it impossible for municipal plows to navigate the narrow historic corridors. The weight of the snow, which is particularly heavy and wet due to the temperature fluctuations, has caused several roof collapses on older barns and outbuildings in the rural outskirts of the town. The Bracebridge Fire Department and the Ontario Provincial Police, OPP, have shifted to an emergency-only response model. All non-essential services have been suspended. Because many roads are impassable for standard ambulances, emergency medical services, EMS, are currently utilizing snowmobile rescue units provided by the local snowmobile clubs and the Ontario Federation of Snowmobile Clubs, OFSC. These volunteers are working alongside paramedics to transport patients to the South Muskoka Memorial Hospital. The town has opened the Bracebridge Memorial Arena as a primary warming center for those who have lost power or heat. Residents are encouraged to use the Town of Bracebridge official website to find maps of cleared pedestrian routes to the center. According to Lakeland Power, Approximately 12,000 customers in the Bracebridge and Gravenhurst area are without electricity. The outages were caused by snow-laden branches snapping and taking down primary transmission lines. The situation is becoming increasingly dire as a flash freeze is expected tonight. Temperatures are forecasted to plummet to minus 30 degrees Celsius with the wind chill. Without power for heating, many residents are at risk of hypothermia. Local authorities are pleading with citizens to check on their elderly neighbors via telephone and to ensure that furnace exhaust vents are kept clear of snow to prevent deadly carbon monoxide buildup. The Trillium Lakelands District School Board has announced that all schools in Bracebridge will remain closed for the remainder of the week. Businesses in the downtown core have also shuttered their doors, leading to significant economic losses for the local tourism and retail sectors. "This isn't just a snowstorm, it's a structural challenge for our community," said a municipal spokesperson. "We are asking for patience as we prioritize clearing paths for emergency vehicles." The cleanup is expected to take at least 7 to 10 days. The town has requested heavy equipment assistance from the provincial government, including industrial-grade snowblowers and front-end loaders, as the standard plow trucks are unable to move the sheer volume of snow. Travelers are strictly warned to stay away from the Muskoka region. The District of Muskoka's road status page provides real-time updates on which arteries are being prioritized. Meanwhile, Lambton County is currently grappling with one of the most severe winter weather events in its history. A relentless lake-effect snow engine, powered by the unusually open waters of Lake Huron, has buried the region under a thick blanket of snow, forcing the Lambton County Warden to declare a formal state of emergency as of 6 p.m. tonight. While much of Ontario is facing a general winter storm, Lambton County is experiencing a localized but far more intense phenomenon. A narrow, high-intensity snow band, often referred to by meteorologists as a fire hose, has locked into place, stretching from the shores of Lake Huron down through Sarnia, Plimpton, Wyoming, and into Petrolia. According to Environment Canada, snowfall rates within this band have peaked at 10 centimeters per hour. As of this evening, total accumulations in northern Lambton County have reached 85 centimeters, with rural areas reporting snowdrifts higher than 3 meters due to 80 kilometers per hour gusts coming off the lake. The most critical situation is unfolding on Highway 402, a vital international trade corridor. The Ontario Provincial Police, OPP, West Region, took the extraordinary step of closing the highway from the Blue Water Bridge in Sarnia all the way to London. Visibility is zero. We are calling it a total whiteout. You cannot see the hood of your own car, said OPP Sergeant Derek Arris. Over 150 commercial transport trucks are currently stranded along the 402 and London Road. Emergency crews are using heavy-duty Gator utility vehicles and snowmobiles to reach drivers who have been trapped in their cabs for over 10 hours. In the city of Sarnia, the municipal government has issued a red alert, requesting all residents to stay off the roads to allow industrial snow clearing equipment to prioritize access to the Chemical Valley. Given the concentration of petrochemical facilities in the region, ensuring that emergency personnel can reach these sites is a matter of national security. Several plants have shifted to essential-only staffing levels, with many workers staying on site in makeshift dormitories because the roads are too dangerous for shift changes. Hydro One and Blue Water Power are reporting significant outages across the county. The combination of high winds and heavy ice-encrusted snow has caused dozens of utility poles to snap in rural areas like Enniskillen and Don Euphemia. More than 20,000 customers are currently in the dark. With a flash freeze warning in effect and temperatures expected to drop to minus 25 degrees Celsius, minus 38 degrees Celsius with the wind chill, the risk of frozen pipes and hypothermia is extreme. Warming centers have been established at the Lambton College Athletics Complex and the Clearwater Arena. For the farming community of Lambton, the storm represents a significant threat to livestock. Farmers are struggling to reach barns to feed cattle and poultry. The county has authorized the use of private tractors to assist in clearing concession roads, but the OPP warns that anyone operating a vehicle on closed roads does so at their own risk and may be subject to fines under the Emergency Management and Civil Protection Act. The Lambton Kent District School Board, LKDSB, and the St. Clair Catholic District School Board have confirmed that all schools and administrative buildings will remain closed through the end of the week. Most municipal offices, including the Lambton County Library branches, have also suspended operations.